Batman Arkham City does so many things right. It's a fantastic experience right from the start, with superior combat and a rich narrative, very much like Arkham Asylum a few years ago. In fact, the only thing that really keeps me from wholehearted approval is just how similar City is to Asylum. However, there are not enough games doing what this one does, so another great Batman game is still very much appreciated. There's a lot going on in Arkham City's story, so much stuff that fans of the comic books will surely love. However, as someone who has not delved too far into Batman fiction, there's a relative dearth of information and exposition. The game picks up a little while after the events of Arkham Asylum, and Quincy Sharp, now mayor of Gotham, has given Hugo Strange permission to wall off a portion of Gotham to house the city's convicts. How anyone thought this was a good idea is the biggest mystery of the game. There's basically no exposition or setup to the idea. You as Bruce Wayne are simply thrown into the city to find out what Strange and the Joker are up to. Oh yeah, the Joker's in there too, looking pretty messed up after the events of the previous game. Pretty early on, Batman's and Joker's fates become entwined in a pretty interesting way, leading up to a pretty shocking and affecting conclusion. However, the best parts of the story are the copious villain cameos and Easter eggs. Rocksteady has packed in as much Batman fan service as anyone could ever ask for, including playable Catwoman missions, which, while quite fun, are rather short and do little to affect the overall story. In the genre of third-person brawlers, Arkham City's gameplay still stands as some of the best combat out there. Sure, you can hammer on the attack button for a good portion of the game, and that'll get you where you need to go. But as the enemies become more complex, you really need to figure out the game's heavy emphasis on timing and reflex. Batman is often outnumbered 20 or 30 to 1, so it is imperative that he learn good defense. Learning whether to attack, counter, stun, jump, or pull out a gadget through a series of split-second decisions sounds frustrating, but here it's all handled with astonishing grace. There are even some great new additions, such as being able to counter multiple enemy attacks at once. Apart from combat, using your grapnel in combination with your cape to fly around the open world of Arkham City is extremely fun, and you can pull off some spectacular moves to outmaneuver enemies. It really is an incredible feeling to glide in for a stealth kill and then disappear into the shadows as your enemies become more and more panicked. You truly feel like the Dark Knight. The game looks fantastic. The stunning level of detail in every corner of the open world, the way Batman's cape swooshes, the amazingly detailed animations for every possible combat situation come together with an amazingly solid frame rate to boot. The sound is also fantastic, bringing back Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill for Batman and the Joker, who are joined by a fantastic cast of supporting voice actors. As far as single-player action games go, Arkham City is one of the biggest in recent memory. The main story will take a normal 10 hours or so, but that's only if you power through it. There are also a ton of side missions and collectibles that could take you twice that long to find. Plus, there's New Game Plus mode after finishing the story, which not only makes the enemies tougher, but also removes their visible tells. On top of all of that, there's a wealth of challenge rooms that could take even more hours to master. You really couldn't ask for a more robust suite of content. While Arkham City isn't the revolutionary new product that its predecessor was, it's an amazing game in its own right that takes some very smart, very appreciated changes. Story gets an 8. While epic in every sense of the word, the game makes a few too many liberties in foregoing exposition. Gameplay gets a 9.5. It's that same amazing combat with some very nice upgrades. Presentation gets a 9. Rocksteady pulls off the open world with aplomb. Design gets a 9 as well, as the game makes excellent use of the in-game cues and stylish menus to easily get you where you want to go. Replay value gets a 10. There's an unbelievable amount of content packed into this game. Finally, I give Batman Arkham City a 9. I am the Knight.